In today's class, we will be solving a few numericals based on ratio and proportion which are of level 3. So let's get started. The first problem sum says that the ratio of number of boys to the number of girls in a school is 3 by 4, and 2/3 of the number of boys are cricket players and rest are football players. So the ratio of boys and girls in that school is 3:4. Let the common factor be x. So if it is x, then the number of boys we can say as 3x and number of girls in that school we can say as 4x. Now the next condition that is given is 2/3 of the number of boys are cricket players and the rest are football players. So the number of boys who plays cricket, that is 2/3 of the total number of boys, and the total number of boys in that school is 3x as per the given ratio and as per the common factor that we assume. So that is 3x, and 2/3 of that 3x of that total number of boys in that school are cricket players. So total number of cricket players will be 2x, and the rest are football players. So football players means among the boys. So total boys is 3x and cricket players are 2x. Football players will be 3x minus 2x. It will be only x. Now it's the turn of girls. So 1/4 of the number of girls are badminton players. So the total number of badminton players in that school will be how many? 4x is the total number of girls in that school, and 1/4 of the total number of girls, they are the badminton players. So it will be 1/4 of total number of girls. So it will be only x, and then the rest, the remaining players of the girls are handball players. So it will be total number of players, or the total number of girls in that school are 4x, and out of those girls only x number of girls they play badminton. So the remaining girls means 3x number of girls, they are actually handball players. Now the next condition which is given is that the total strength of that school is 1400, and then from the given information we need to find that which game has the greatest number of players. So from here we can also say that 2x, x, and this is 3x. So if we compare these four values, then we can easily say that this is the highest value, 3x. And what is that? That is the handball players, which are actually girls. So that is the greatest number of participants in a particular game. And if we want to find in real figure, then total number of strength in that school is 1400, and among those 1400 students, the total number of handball players are then how many? The total, if we do the sum, then 3x, 4, 5, and it is 7x. In total it is 7x, 7x of all the players, all the boys and all the girls. And among those 7x players, or among those total number of students, only 3x they play handball. So total number of participants are 7x that we have found, we have calculated here, and among those 7x only 3x this many girls or this many students play handballs. So it will be 3 by 7, and total number of students is 1400. So this is the calculation that we need to do and that we have done here, and the value that we are getting here is 600. So 600 students or 600 girls they play handball, and that is the greatest number of participants in a particular game. Now the next question says that the ratio of Ranu's savings to his expenditure is 5:2. The ratio of Manu's savings and expenditure is 4:3. So as for the given statement, the ratio of Ranu's savings and expenditure is 5:2. So if we assume that the common factor is x, then the Ranu's savings is 5x and Ranu's expenditure is 2x. And for Manu, the same ratio of the same quantities, means the savings and expenditure is 4:3. And the other conditions which are given is Ranu's expenditure is 1/3 of Manu's expenditure, and the sum of their expenditures is rupees 3000. And then we need to find the total salary of Ranu and Manu respectively. So now we will be using the conditions. So first we will use that the total expenditure of Ranu and Manu is 3000 rupees. So if Ranu's expenditure that we have calculated as per the given ratio and the common factor that we assumed was expenditure was 2x. So if the total expenditure is 3000, then Manu's expenditure will be 3000 minus 2x, right? So far we have obtained the expenditure of Ranu's, that is 2x, and expenditure of Manu, that is 3000 minus 2x. And there is one more condition, that Ranu's expenditure is one third of Manu's expenditure, and we can easily use that condition. So Ranu's expenditure is one third of Manu's expenditure, and what is Ranu's expenditure? That is 2x, and one third of Manu's expenditure is 3000 minus 2x. Now this is a linear equation of x, and if we simplify that linear equation that we already know, then the final value of x will be 375. But what is that value? That x is the common factor that we assume, and what we need to find is the total salaries of Ranu and Manu. So based on this, if we calculate Ranu's salary, then it is 5x plus 2x, means 7x. So if the value of x is 375, then the total salary of Ranu will be how much? It will be 375 multiplied by 7. So that will be rupees 2625. So if the total salary of Ranu is rupees 2625, then Ranu's expenditure will be how much? It is based on that x, it is 2x. So the value of x was 375. So 2x means 375 multiplied by 2, and that will be 750. So Ranu's expenditure, if it is 750 and their total expenditure is 3000, that means we can say that Manu's expenditure will be 3000 minus 750, and that will be 2250 rupees. But we need to find Manu's total salary also, and the ratio of Manu's savings and expenditure is 4:3. Now suppose for Manu, if we assume that the common factor is y, so it will be 4y and 3y. That means in total it is 7y. Now the 3y, that value is equal to 2250 that we have already obtained. So from here, the value of 7y means total salary will be how much? It will be 2250 divided by 3. So that will give us the value of y, and if we multiply by 7, then that will give us the value of 7y, the total salary of Manu. So our answers are the salary of Ranu. Total salary of Ranu is 2625 rupees, and total salary of Manu is 5250 rupees. Now the next one. Next one says that A varies directly with B when C is constant, and inversely with C when B is constant. Now A is equal to 6 when B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 3. So now we need to find what is the value of A when B is equal to 3 and C is equal to 18. First two problem sums were on ratio, and this one is on proportion. So as per the given statement, A is directly proportional to B when C is constant. Now if we assume the proportionality constant is K1, then as per the concept of proportion that we know, that A can be written as A is equal to K1B, where K1 is the proportionality constant of this proportion. Similarly, again it is given that A is inversely proportional to C when B is constant. So this is A is inversely proportional, means A is directly proportional to 1 by C. And if we now assume that K2 is the proportionality constant, then it can be again written as A is equal to K2 by C. Now we can combine these two, and the final relation that we'll be getting is A will be equal to K1 K2 and then multiplied by B by C. So this is the final relation. Now in the first condition, the values of A, B and C, these three values are given. So in this relation, if we put the values of A, B and C, then we can easily find the value of K1, K2, the product of K1 and K2. So A is equal to 6 when B is equal to 2 and C is equal to 3, and in this given relation, if we put these values, then the product of K1, K2 will be 9. So this much we have found so far. And then in the next line it is given, then we need to find the value of A when the value of B is equal to 3 and C is equal to 18. Now based on the value, the product of these two proportionality constants that we have obtained so far, and the values of b and c that are given, this time it is 3 and 18, we can easily find the value of a by using the same relationship. So a is equal to k1 k2 b all divided by c. Now the product of k1 k2, that value we have found as 9, the value of b is given as 3 and c as 18, and if we simplify further this, then the value of a will come as 3 by 2. Now the next one, it says that if 2 4 3 is the third proportional of a and b, where b is to a is 9 is to 1, then find the values of a and b. Now we know that say a b c, these three values or these three numbers, if they are in continued proportion, then we know that a by b will be equal to b by c. And from this relationship or from this ratio, we can say or we can develop this relationship where b square is equal to ac. Now b is called mean proportional and c is called third proportional, and this problem sum is about third proportional whose value is given as 2 4 3. Now as per the given values, now if we proceed further, then from the second condition which is given, b is to a is equal to 9 is to 1, that means b by a we can write as 9 by 1. So this is one condition that we are getting. And also from the concept of continued proportion, as we have seen here, that a by b is equal to b by c. Now if we take the inverse, then we can write b by a is equal to c by b, right? Now from here we can say that c by b, that will be equal to, as the ratio of b and a is given, and that is 9 is to 1 or 9 by 1 here, so we can also say that c by b will be 9 by 1. So the ratio of c and b that we have found. Now if we again assume that the common factor of that ratio between c and b is x, then we can write that c is equal to 9x and b is equal to x. Now what is c? In this given relationship of this continued proportion, c is actually the third proportional, and that value is given as 2 4 3. We can say that 9x, which we represented as the value of c based on the condition or based on the ratio of c and b that we have calculated, and based on the assumption of the common factor for that ratio that we have taken as x. So 9x will be equal to 243, and from this simple linear equation we can easily find the value of x, and that is 27. So here the value of x is equal to 27, and value of b, as per the ratio, value of b is also x, value of b will be 27. But what is expected finally from us? The values of a and b. Now look at the proportion, or look at the ratio that is given in the question between b and a, that is 9 is to 1. So b by a we can say that is 9 by 1. So now if we assume that the common factor between b and a is y, then we can easily write, as per the concept that we know, that b will be equal to 9y and a will be equal to y, and the value of b that we have found is 27. So 9y will be equal to 27. So y will be what? Y will be 27 divided by 9, and that is 3. And if we focus on this ratio between b and a, then the value of a is y, and value of y we have found as 3. So value of a will be then 3. So final value or the answer of this problem sum will be a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 27. Now the next question and the last question of this class, the mean proportional of a and b is 10, and the value of a is 4 times the value of b. Find the value of a plus b. Again the same concept that we have seen for the last problem sum. Again a, b, c, if these three numbers are in continued proportion, then a by b will be equal to b by c. So b square is equal to ac, where b is called the mean proportion and c is the third proportional, a is the first proportional. But what we need to focus on is this time is mean proportional. Previous problem was based on third proportional, and this one is mean proportional. Now here in this question, the mean proportional of a and b is 10, that is given. So a and b are actually the extremes, means a is the first proportional and B is the third proportional, but this is the general format where we took C as the third proportional. Now if we go by the problem statement, then we can write the relationship this way, that A by 10 is the mean proportional, so A by 10 will be 10 by B, because it is given that 10 is the mean proportional between A and B, or of A and B. So the relationship that we will be writing as A by 10 is equal to 10 by A, where A is equal to A of the general format, in the general format that we have taken A as, and B is equivalent to C here. So don't get confused here. So henceforth we will be taking B as our third proportional. Now based on this condition, we can easily say that AB will be 100. Now we have another condition here, that the value of A is 4 times the value of B. So value of A is 4 times the value of B. This is the relationship. Now AB is equal to 100, that we have already obtained. Now in place of A, if we put 4B, because that is another condition which is given. So 4B multiplied by B is equal to 100, and if we simplify this, then B square 25, B will be equal to 5. Now if B is equal to 5, then A will be 4 times, so it will be 20. So B is 5 and A is 20, and what we need to find finally is the value of A plus B. So A plus B is easy, 20 plus 5, it will be 25. So this much is for today. In the next class, we will be solving a few more numericals based on ratio and proportion. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.